many.
Yeah.
And it's cold here. Look at the elevator. Glass elevator.
Guys, where is Dr. Lajiman?
Yeah. Let's go find him. Okay.
Let's go.
2,000 years later, 6.5 hours later, a few inches later, day 2, day 3, day 4, a few moments later, 1 eternity later, 3 days later, 12 seconds later, 3:28 a.m. 3 weeks later, many months later.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Tomorrow for sure. Eventually.
I can't find him.
Me too. Let's just text him again.
Yeah. Let's go.
This is so hot. You got return?
Well, there's nothing here.
Yeah. And it's hot. Oh my god, look at the stairs. So many of them.
I think Dr. Lajiman's office is in the 4th floor.
What?
What? Oh yeah, let's go then. He's not in.
Yeah, I think he's not in. His room is dark. Yeah, I think he's not in. Why is he doing this to us?
Is he trying to tell us something?
You think so? Yeah, maybe. Should we go somewhere to discuss?
Yes, I think we should.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, it's hot here. Hot! You know hot? Oh, I wish here to have aircon just like Chancery, right?
Yeah, I wish we have the lift just like in Chancery. We don't have to take that much of stairs just now.
But then you have to think of it again. Chancellery has all the executives there, so that's why the needs for a lift and also the air conditioner over there.
And furthermore, you see how the interior was designed at Chancery compared to here, Ipsy.
Yeah, Chancery looks like a building that was built yesterday, but Ipsy,
Not really.
not really. No, it's creepy at night.
and Chancery is well maintained. It looked new.
Yeah, well maintained.
Have you seen the parking? Have you seen the parking here compared to Chancellery? Chancellery has all the parkings for the staff, the executives, but not for us.
Yeah.
So, does that mean buildings have some kind of relation with power?
Buildings, power, Chancellery, Chancellor. Ipsy, no Chancellor.
Lecturers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense actually.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Buildings representing power?
Yeah.
Yes.
Landscape of power. Landscape, a surrounding, an architecture, a building of power. Buildings representing power. Do you think that's what it means?
Yeah, I think let's confirm with doctor.
Yeah, let's confirm with her.
something just like this. I want something just like this. I've been reading books of old, the legend.
Putrajaya.
Finally. After so long, we reached Putrajaya.
Yeah.
But why do you think he asked us to come here? What's up with this place?
Is it related to the topic he gave us? Landscape of power.
But what is landscape of power?
Funny thing you should ask that, because I just recently I read this book. It says here, landscape of power refers to a political philosophical terms. It is defined as a man-made structure, or more or less like an environment, whereby a structure or a building controls almost everything, that controls the surrounding of the places. It is originated from a sociologist by Sharon Zukin and her book Landscape of Power, From Detroit to Disney World. It is a visible features of an area and land that forms and how they integrate it. It is more or less like how it symbolizes power in a building. Let's take for example, let's see one of the features here. It is to establish dominance of a governing entity or ideology beliefs in a particular territory. So it is to show power. A building has power towards the people. Among the functions that landscape of power gives us is to show who owns what. Let's take example back in our campus, we have the chancellery. Who owns the chancellery?
Chancellor.
The chancellor, exactly. So that shows the chancellor owns the chancellery, and as we all know, the chancellor is the very top in terms of power. Another thing is for nation building. You cannot have a nation without some form of governing bodies or even some form of buildings. That is why it is the concept landscape of power is created, so that you have a place or an institutional governing body that controls everything, that dictates or make the rules. Another one is creating identity. I'm a Malay, you're a Chinese, you're an Indian. So it shows that we all of us have an identity. So how does this relate to landscape of power? It's actually very simple. Every nation must have its own identity. Let's take for example, this is so not very relevant, but let's take China for example. China, they have the bird's nest stadium. We can know China from that structure itself. Even though it is a stadium, it does not have any governing body, but we can know that China is famous for its bird's nest stadium. The same thing goes with Malaysia. We have, let's say, the KLCC tower. That shows that we have our own identity, and not to mention the people across it, the people around it, the people in Malaysia. We are multicultural, multi-diverse society. We live in harmony.
Yes.
So those are some of the functions of landscape of power. Actually, the landscape of power is originated from a building called a panopticon.
Yes. Heard of this building. Actually, this building is, do you know, prison is in square. Is it?
Normally it's in square.
Yeah, square. But this panopticon is in circular structure. And in the middle of this prison, there is a tower. There is a guard in the tower. Do you know what is the guard?
obviously he has to look after the prisoners.
Yes, and yes, the guard look after the prisoner, but the prisoner do not know that they are being watched.
Oh, that means there's like a tinted glass, so they don't know.
They can't see the guards, but the guard can see them. So that's why this building to practice prisoner self-discipline as well.
Oh.
Yeah, so the tower actually symbolize power. The guard has a power to control all the prisoners.
Yeah, after that it was developed into a concept. So I think one of our Prime Minister know about this concept. That's why he built this Putrajaya.
Yes.
I think the Prime Minister's office does symbolize landscape of power. As you know, just now when we come to this place, it's uphill, and that means the Prime Minister's office is on top.
And along the way there is Department of Financial.
Oh yeah, Finance Department and the Customs Office and the what's one more? Accounting. Malaysian Accounting Department. Yes. That means the Prime Minister has control over the finance of the nation.
Yes.
Wow. And it's also like what you said, identity.
Yes.
It shows when people see this Putrajaya, the Prime Minister's office, they know it's in Putrajaya.
Yes.
It's in Malaysia. It's an identity. It also shows power.
Do you see there is many tourists?
Yeah, from China.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Let's have a walk.
Yeah, let's go.
Nurhafizh, let's go.
Let's go. Wow. So many people. Okay. I wonder why tourists are here.
Yeah.
Why tourists are here?
You want to ask them?
You want to ask them?
Let's
Yes,
go ask.
let's go.
Oh my god. You want to ask them? Okay, you ask them. Hi. Can we take a video? Yeah, no. Yes. I want to ask you, what do you like about this place? 漂亮。为什么漂亮？
会说什么？
没有，我们是学生。我们想知道告诉多
你们中文说的好好。
Oh, well, thank you. Okay. Hey, say hi.
Hello.
Hi. They are from China. Hello. China, which part?
Yes.
This place is very beautiful.
Yay! Okay, thank you. Did you hear what the tourist said? Tourist said Putrajaya is beautiful. That means, what does that show? But first of all, they are here because this is an identity of Malaysia. That's why tourists are here, right?
Yes, correct.
Let's ask Sashi and Shuhada what they have to say about all of this.
Come on.
Let's go. Sashi, Shuhada.
Hi.
You know what we did just now? We went to see China tourists.
Yeah, there are many tourists here.
Yeah. Yes, wait, we want to ask you something.
Okay.
Ching ching ching. How does landscape of power relate to colonialism?
Okay, let's look at the Chinese tourists that you met just now, for example. They came here to have a look at Putrajaya, where there are so many buildings that can be looked upon and
what did they say just now? What did the China people respond?
Oh,
Putrajaya?
they said it as beautiful.
Yes. So when they look at our structures, when they look at our building, they say it's very beautiful. They are in awe, isn't it? They like it so much. But during colonialism, it wasn't like that. Remember Eurocentrism? The colonizers, they were very judgmental, very prejudiced towards the natives. So when the colonizers first arrived to their colonized lands, when they look at the building, they felt that the buildings are very colorful, very exotic, yet they mentioned that it is very not clean, lack in order,
and design.
Yes, it was not well maintained, was not well balanced. So look, in this book they mentioned that they often viewed the native towns with a mixture of wonder and fear. So they feared that this closely built quarters would cause infections, would cause disease and so on. So they felt that the natives' landscapes were beautiful, yet it was not
Not up to their level,
standard.
up to
Yes.
their standard.
For them, their building, their landscape back in Europe was the best, and they felt that the natives' landscape was not up to standard. So what they did, they started changing the landscape of the lands they colonized. How did they do that? Sure. They seized the land.
Oh, I know. They took over their land.
Meaning to say that, in other words, seizure of land.
Yes, very true. They took over the natives' land and they started building their own colonial landscape.
Transformation.
Yes, transformation. If you remember watching movies about the kings or the colonizers, imperialists in the past, or you read stories about them, you always remember the stories about kings going for wars and they take over people's land and they build their empire there. Similarly, there are two ways how the colonizers took over land. At first, they seized the land. What they do, they completely destroy all the buildings built by the native or the ruler back then, and then they rebuilt their own landscape on that land. In another way, what they do, they sustain the buildings built by the natives, and they build their own landscape beside that. So there are two ways. You either destroy everything and build again, or you maintain the indigenous people's landscape and you build yours at the site.
But then, the first way, the colonizers might face rebellions from the natives because they might get mad when their structures were destroyed.
Yes.
But second way was a little bit more subtle, more harmonious, because they maintain whatever's there and they build a new one for the natives to look at, and also for them to subtly
To show who's in power.
dominate.
Yes, to show dominance. The first one is that when you destroy a ruler's building or landscape, it literally means that you have destroyed the ruler's power. And when you build your own landscape on that land, that shows that you are in power there. So that's why they want to tell the natives that I am in power now, you're in my control. So there are significance why they destroy first and then they build, or why they build beside the natives' building. So after that, the buildings that the colonizers have built now is termed as colonial landscape. Have you heard of it?
No.
Colonial landscape. It's a very interesting thing, isn't it? It's very different from how it looks from the natives' building. Can you tell us how different it is?
The landscape was more ordered.
Yes.
And then cleanliness, of course, that's a very
Their main-
important
yes,
aspect
their main
of their
priority.
landscape. And then we have sanitized, as I mentioned,
Yes.
cleanliness, and amenable to regulation, meaning they have rules and orders like that.
So that through the buildings they can control people, they can regulate people. Remember when they first arrived in the natives' land, they saw the landscape as very unorderly, unarranged, not clean, very
Very
prone to
contrast
disease.
with the building that they built by
Yes.
themselves.
So when they look at these buildings, they built knowledge about the native people. They found out what is lacking in their landscape, and they built colonial landscape that overcomes all those disadvantages. So their buildings are way better than the natives' building. So that's
So
how.
basically, they built structures and buildings that shows their images, that
Yes.
shows their identity.
Yes.
Ah,
Have you heard of the Panopticon?
yes.
Yes, Panopticon was built in the colonists' their own motherland.
Yeah.
Based on that idea, they built plantations in the colonized country. Have you heard of it?
Is it the manager live uphill?
Yes,
That
yes.
one?
Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
It's an example of landscape of power as well.
Oh yeah, when the when there's palm oil, you usually see the manager's office or his residence on top of the hills.
Always further apart from the workers down there.
Yeah.
Down here.
Yes, just like in Panopticon, where there's this tower where the observer or the guard will be on top and can observe everyone. The same concept was applied by the colonists when they came to Malaya. Malaya, we have a lot of plantations, isn't it? So the manager's house is always on top of the hill, and the labourers, the workers, their house are built downhill, down the slope, so they can always take a look, observe the people.
And the people down there will have to look up to them.
In here, I would like to mention about abstract space. Yes, it's a very complicated term, but it really makes sense now though. When we spoke about the plantation just now, remember the manager's house is on top?
Yes.
Yes. So, imagine ourselves as one of the workers there. Okay, and we are in our house and we know the manager's house is up there. So we have that feeling that someone is always observing us, isn't it? So we won't dare to like misbehave or try to cheat, not to work. We will always be disciplined, isn't it?
Yes.
So through this concept, the colonizers, when they first arrive, they see the natives as people who are lazy, people who are not disciplined, people who are pleasure seekers and so on. So they felt that they need to transform these people. So what they did, they felt that they need to discipline the natives, they need to transform the natives into more productive people. So that's how, through this landscape, through this small idea, they managed to instill discipline. They managed to transform the natives into people who are more disciplined, people who work towards productivity. So through landscape as well, they created abstract space in the natives' mind, and they managed to transform them into a better people, like how the colonizers vision themselves. Eurocentrism comes in here as well.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
So does that saying that before the colonizers come, would the natives, as they say they were lazy, as like, would they like that? Are they like?
I think they're just trying to make the native feel small because they are in power. So if they feel small, inferior, then only they will look up to them, the colonizers.
And then the colonizers can implant whatever ideas they want into the colonized minds.
That's true as well.
So are we done? I think we are.
I think we're done.
Should we ask Dr. Lajiman if we are always right? Okay, Pei Mei, do you want to call him?
Yeah.
Message him.
Let's confirm him again.
Okay. Jeng jeng jeng. Hi, I'm Agent Daletha. Let's have a quick recap before the others arrive. Jeng jeng jeng. Okay, Panopticon, according to Pei Mei earlier and Michael Foucault, it's a tower in the middle of the prison. This tower represents power because it has control over the prisoners. So we want to know how this idea, this concept is related to Putrajaya. This is a map of Putrajaya. As you can see, the Prime Minister's office is in the middle, just like the tower in the middle of the prison. The Prime Minister's office is the central figure of the government, and he controls the ministries around it, just like Panopticon. Okay?
Hello, Agent Daletha.
Good, you're back. Good. We have to discuss about landscape of home.
Oh, I haven't studied that. Do you know what's landscape of home?
Of course I know. I'll give you some clues. This is a world map. Oh no, this is supposed to be Malaysia. This is India, Sri Lanka and South Africa. I'll show you some pictures and then you tell me what is landscape of home. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, firstly, this is a building in India. Okay?
Okay.
Then, this is a building in Sri Lanka.
Okay.
Okay. And then, guess where is this?
I've been to this place.
If you don't know this, you're not a Malaysian, Sashi.
Okay. Let me think. Is it in Malaysia? Camera Highland?
Yes. Good. And then we have South Africa.
Ah.
Okay. What do you think all these pictures have in common?
All the buildings, they look alike. Almost the same. It's the way they are built.
You're almost there.
Wait a minute. All these countries, they were colonized by British. Are these buildings built by the British?
Yeah.
So, landscape of home and British people building buildings based on European style too.
Yeah, you're almost there. Never mind. Let me just tell you. Okay, landscape of home is building of residences or cities based on the European architecture and interior design in colonized lands.
Aha, to feel like at home.
Yes, that's why it's called landscape of home.
Smart people.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
Wait. Firstly, because they think, actually the colonizers think, that the natives' landscape is not up to the standard.
Eurocentrism.
Yeah.
Everything related to the native is either exotic or not ordered, not arranged. Now I see. So they feel that their landscape is way better.
Yes. Next would be climate.
Climate. Weather, climate. Oh, all the colonized lands like South Africa, India and all, they had very hot climate. It was very hot. So,
Yes, it was hot, Sashi. It was hot. Too hot. Hot damn. Call the police and the firemen.
wait, Agent Daletha. I think they didn't call the police or made a dragon or thing. Did they build buildings based on the European style because of the climate or something?
Yes, it's because it's hot. They have to build somewhere. They have to build their residences somewhere which is cold. That's why they chose the hills.
Now I see.
Yes. The next one will be for health.
Health?
Yeah, especially women's health.
How is that?
I think because the colonizers feel that the natives are dirty or unhygienic, or they would spread diseases. That's why they want to stay far away from them. And the gender most prone to have these diseases are the women. So to protect their wives, so they build these houses and all and their facilities on top of the hill.
Now I understand why they took all the trouble to climb all the way to a hill or a mountain just to build a residence.
Yes, for health reasons. The last one would be to feel like home.
To feel like home. Oh, this is also to assert their roots, that they are still a part of Europe even though they are not staying in Europe anymore.
Yes, exactly.
I think we have covered landscape of home.
Yes. Maybe we should ask Dr. Lajiman about this.